I mean, I don't mean to be rude to the British girls, but they're all very stuck up and they've got big egos. Whereas what I've noticed with foreign girls that I've met is they're very open, they're very kind.
I've dated British girls before. I just don't connect with them in the same way. I don't connect with British people generally.
And today I'm going to be asking British guy if they would date foreigner girl. You can follow me as well on my Instagram. I'm showing my daily life in Sheffield, so you can check that too. And if you haven't subscribed, please guys subscribe because it helps us a lot to keep on going. It's super gusty out there. Yeah, let's do it, guys. So basically today we are asking British guy if they be open to date like a foreigner girl. So what's your take on that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I study French and Spanish as part of my university course.
Okay.
So I definitely date a girl outside the UK any day of the week. Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated like a girl not from the UK?
No, I haven't. No, I study French, so I've actually never been to France though. But next year I go to France and I go to Spain as well. So hopefully, maybe we'll see.
Man, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. So tu parles un peu français?
Oui, un peu français, mais c'est pas le mieux.
Et comment tu as appris le français du coup?
Je ne sais pas.
Let's keep it in English. Let's keep it.
English, man. You can't put me on the spot like that. It's been a long day of speaking 3 languages, so it's like
Okay.
English, French, Spanish. My brain goes, man. Yeah.
Bro, yeah, I can definitely relate. For example, if you date like a friend or girl and she cannot speak English really well, that will be a problem for you, or you could deal with it?
No, I'd definitely be able to deal with it because it means I get to learn their language, and you know I love languages. I try and do as much as I can in my spare time. So I mean, if I can learn their language, then even better.
Do you have like any advice on how to learn a language? How to learn a language? What's your advice you could have to the viewers?
I don't know, just be open. Just go for it. Don't be scared. Have confidence, and I'll help you. Yeah.
What's the difference between like a British girl and a foreigner girl? You know, there is some differences.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude to the British girls, but they're all very stuck up and they've got big egos. Whereas what I've noticed with foreign girls that I've met is they're very open, they're very kind, you know. So like they're much open to like just like going and doing stuff and being friends. Whereas a British girl just doesn't want to know you almost. Yeah.
Okay. So in your life, you would prefer to get married to like a foreigner girl? You think?
Yeah. I mean, if I could live in France, that's like my idea. Like marry a French girl, live in France for the rest of my life. Yeah.
It's a great country, bro. If you can go for it, you have amazing food.
Yeah.
I only miss the food over there because I'm French, you know.
It's pretty good stuff, you know.
So yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
all the French girls watching, this guy is available.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd definitely be open to it. I mean, I do have a girlfriend and she's half Greek.
Okay,
So I'm getting there.
All right, so that's the first time you are dating like a girl which is like, you know, kind of like a double nationalities?
Yeah.
And how it is, like, what's your experience like? Can you like tell us a little bit?
It's nice to learn different culture. Very different from what I'm used to. But it's nice to just experience something else through another person.
What are the differences, like for example, between like a British girl and like a Greek girl?
That's a tough question. And she does tan very easily in the summer. Like even just like walking down the street, she tans very easily. But the way her family go about certain things, when someone passes, like the process they go through, and like what their relatives do.
And for example, if you date like a friend or girl, if she cannot speak English really well, that would be a problem for you, or you could deal with it?
I think some aspects would have its issues, but I think it's very easy to get past, and as long as you can figure out the barrier, then I don't think it's really a problem.
I personally, when it comes to dating, I don't do British women, I'm sorry. It's not because of race thing. I'm not going to try and get you cancelled, don't worry. But but like, do you know what it is? Their outlook on life is way different to anyone like international. So you know, French, Asian, anywhere else, African even. Like their outlook to life is completely different. I feel like there's a lot of negativity and there's just a whole culture of moaning between them. And you know, you got so much time to live for. I feel like why not be with someone where you're not in a like sort of atmosphere of familiarity, but you also want to learn something about someone else. Why do you think I'm with a foreign person? Why do you think I'm with a Chinese woman?
For example, like what's the differences between, for example, a British girl and a Chinese?
I think they're more open to learning about different cultures. They're more open in terms of like ideas and sort of like asking questions and getting to know you, I guess. They don't try and, you know, I don't know, they don't want to know like sort of the standard sort of questions of like what do you watch on Netflix and stuff like that. They want to know more about like you. That's what I think.
More deep question, you would say?
Yes, yeah, and they're more interested about you rather than just like the sort of arbitrary sort of things that don't come with you.
That's
I
very
think.
interesting. You are dating a Chinese girl at the minute, right?
Yes.
How did it happen, basically? How did you meet her?
I didn't even meet her like on a student event. I just met her like on a walk. You know what I mean? Like one of those hikes. Yeah, we just started talking on the hike and we got to know each other. I mean, we didn't start off like hitting off in that way first of all, but we got to know each other like over time. And I feel like it felt more natural. I don't know. Like I've dated British girls before. I just don't connect with them in the same way. I don't connect with British people generally. I feel like I connect with people from abroad because they're just far more interested in like you and you know I'm far more interested in them. I love the fact that Britain's a melting pot of cultures. Why should we stick with something that we're familiar with? Go outside your comfort zone. That's my advice in life.
But for example, if her English wasn't that good, you think that would have been a problem for you, or you could have been able to deal with it?
It wouldn't have been a problem for me, but I mean, obviously, like, again, it's that culture of just, I don't know, learning from each other. And I feel like, you know, I could have essentially helped her out of it, essentially. In the same way she would help me out of learning Chinese, like she has done, you know? You know, Xinyin Kuai Le, by the way. Happy New Year.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So right now you can speak Chinese a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of Chinese.
You think you'll get married to like a foreigner girl?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's generally how I feel.
Yep, I definitely would because, you know, you get to explore different cultures, about their personalities, and probably more attractive from other countries, to be honest.
Okay. So, have you like ever dated like a girl from a different country in the UK?
No.
No?
Only English people. I'd be down to explore, but I'm only 18, so got loads of time. So.
And for example, like if you date like a foreigner girl and she cannot speak English really well, that would be a problem for you, or you could deal with it?
I mean, I could deal with it, yeah, because we could just help each other with our boundaries, with languages. So, yeah, like a progressive relationship, it would be quite good to work on.
Awesome. Do you speak like another language?
No. I try to speak a little bit of French, but I can't.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. I'm nothing against dating Europeans or anyone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever dated like someone not from the UK?
No, can't say I have. I've been in a relationship for like 8 years though, so.
And you would say, what are the differences between like a British girl and a foreigner girl? There is some differences?
I think there's cultural differences and how they hold themselves up. I mean, I know one of my friends dated a French girl.
Oh, okay.
And she wanted an open relationship. And men in the UK were quite monogamous, and I know it's pretty flexible in France in regards of.
Definitely, I can agree with that. Like, you know, I'm French myself, so I can definitely agree with that. You know, if you go to France, people tend to be super open, like threesome, stuff like that. It's like kind of not. I would say it's a little bit a common thing nowadays in the new generation.
Yeah.
But in the UK, it's not the case, right?
In the UK, it's still very similar. It's very monogamous, and we're not with everyone. I think. No, that's now saying it. Probably not. I'd prefer to keep it monogamous. It depends on what early a relationship is. You're going into a later game when you've got kids and stuff. I think that monogamous is the way to go. But
What was the response from your friend? He was open to it, or he said like no, sorry,
yeah,
but
well, they were far distance at the time, so they met in Barcelona for a year, and they got together, and then they both went back to. She went back to France. He went back to the UK. And they had a year left of their uni course. So, and then they was planning to move to the UK, but in that time she was sleeping with other people. So it wasn't told first. She didn't really ask first whether it was okay. She just assumed, because obviously they're a lot more lenient out in France, that he would be okay with it. But even after that, she asked if she'll be okay. And he wasn't, so yeah, that didn't end well. And now he's gone to Taiwan now, so to run away and get over it.
For example, like if you date like a friend or girl, if she cannot speak English really well, that would be a problem for you, or could deal with it?
Oh no, I think a lot of a relationship isn't in communication through words anyway, is it? I mean, there's a lot of ways you can talk to people and communicate past a language barrier. I mean, I like talking to Europeans or anyone that can't speak English. You can learn a lot from each other. I've recently been to Nepal and I learned a lot there, and so I don't think a language barrier should be an issue in a relationship at all.
Yeah, I have no preference to where a girl comes from. Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever dated like a girl which is not from the UK?
No.
Not yet?
No, not yet. I have a girlfriend.
So you're locked up for now.
Yeah.
And you think like, what are the differences between like a British girl, for example, and a foreigner girl? Do you think there is some differences?
I'm sure there are, but I couldn't speak from experience about that, as I've only dated English girls, not through not through like specific choice, but just circumstance. But yeah, I'd be open to dating a girl from anywhere.
And for example, if you date like a friend or girl and that girl cannot speak English really well, that would be a problem for you?
That might be difficult, yeah.
Yeah, or you could deal with it?
No, I'm not. It depends on what sort of date, and if it was a casual thing, then that's something I could deal with. But and it also depends on how well their English is.
Hopefully you enjoyed it, guys. If you enjoyed the video, smash like button. If you want me to ask a special question, comment down below as well. I will see you on the next one, guys. Alright? Peace.